Hello and welcome to My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. The toss in Trivandrum is finally over. Just thought it wouldn't get done, but it has got done. And that's why we're here. Hello and welcome. I'm Gaurav Kapur. India has... What happened, by the way, in the toss? It was so long ago, I've forgotten. I know West Indies is bowling.
West Indies
they won the toss.
West Indies won the toss.
Yeah? All right. We're on the same page now.
Good.
Finally. Hello and welcome. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, of course, as has been revealed, Simon and Joy. Let's forget about that and let's focus on what West Indies is doing. West Indies is bowling, no surprise at all, because apparently any total can be chased.
And there is due later.
Due.
Later. They said there was due the other night in Hyderabad. They said it'll be the same tonight. Chase slightly easier if the ball gets wet. Takes the spinners out of the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it maybe makes the ball skid on a touch, but I watched that pitch report, Joy, and it looked like it was a little bit crumbly almost, and I think it might turn a bit.
If it turns, it should be interesting because I mean, we have the better spinners, whatever it is. Because really, if you look at it that way, the West Indian spinners are not the kind. They're sort of, they're containing bowlers rather than attacking bowlers.
I mean, they're West Indies spinners, really. I mean, that's just a statement.
The first guy to get 300 wickets was Lance Gibbs. No, he was the second guy to get 300 wickets.
Yeah.
But it's played a big part in the CPL. Spinners played a really big part in the CPL in the last few years. Their pitches are not the same as they were 20 years ago. They don't have that shine on them. They're not quick. They're not bouncy. Even Barbados, that used to be the quick, bouncy pitch, is not that way anymore. So a lot of the surfaces you see in the CPL and even in West Indies cricket are actually pitches that turn and spin comes into play. So they should be better. They should be better at it.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they can do it today. India, of course, has all the spinners. Well, they're playing 3. But let's talk about the West Indies team first. They won the toss. They have the one change, Nicholas Pooran, who is eligible to play today, so will be playing. And Dinesh Ramdin stays out.
So just makes your batting just little bit longer.
The batting wasn't the problem last time, was it?
It wasn't the problem in any case. But they said that, you know what, we've got Dinesh Ramdin who probably batted 7 and 8. Pooran can bat in. Pooran can even possibly open the batting if they think that there's a big total to chase. It really but the advantage they'll have with this is that they really will depend on what India scores. So if India scores 200 plus or something, you expect Pooran to go up at top. If the India reaches 150-60, you might find a more conservative approach. But this is a good batting side. This is an excellent batting side. I'm not so sure about the bowling.
The bowling, Simon, let's talk about that for a second. Because they didn't drop Williams after the day that he had last time, which is a good thing, actually.
I think it is a good thing. T20 cricket is so fickle.
Yeah.
So you can't just drop and pick guys on one performance and one performance alone. So I don't mind the fact they're giving him another opportunity. If he doesn't go well tonight, he may not play the third one. That's fine. But don't throw a guy out that you think is good enough. He's not all of a sudden a bad player after one game. He got Kohli'd.
Yeah,
he got Kohli. That should be a term. That should be a verb.
And
he's got Kohli.
Tell you what, he's not the first, and he will not be the last. It will happen to someone again.
Yeah.
Just to give an example of that, Deepak Chahar, in the
last from his last game,
6 for 7, and now he's 1 for what, 55 or 56?
50 something.
Yeah,
so,
that's what happens.
Yeah, look, the spinners will enjoy it a little bit more tonight with a drier ball. So Hayden Walsh Jr. will have a little bit more on offer, I think. Khyri Pierre, more of a Jadeja type spin bowler for mine. He does fire it in quickly, but if he gets a dry ball and a little bit of assistance, he might be a little more dangerous tonight. The key for West Indies is wickets early. They have to try and put pressure on that middle to lower order of India. Make them do the work at the back of the innings, not having the top 3-4 do the work at the back of the innings.
Just a quick question. You've been to the CPL, right? At that time of the year, is there dew that comes into play at night?
Gosh, it was a little while ago I was there. I don't think so. There was a few places where it did come into play, but it wasn't too bad. Trinidad was one of those ones where it got quite dewy late in the piece, I think, in Trinidad, but not too often.
Yeah, because bowling with a wet ball, bowling in the dew is a bit of an art in itself, right?
Guys practice it now.
All the time.
You guys would have practiced with
all the time.
KK. You would have grabbed a bucket and dropped the ball, and you've got to work on it.
There are no excuses anymore. I mean, you might not be able to do as well as you do with the dry ball, but every bowler now has to be ready for the occasion. It's a reality of international cricket.
It's no surprise anymore. It's no surprise. Well, no surprise with India as well, because same 11, we'll show it to you anyway. This is the team that won 2 days ago in Hyderabad, and today, of course, the match happening in Trivandrum. So there you go. Exactly the same team. A great batting effort last time to get 208. And then, of course, you have your bowlers. You have three spinners there with Jadeja, Sundar and Chahal. These are the three who will be fighting with the dew, with the wet ball now, right? Won't they?
Yeah, and therefore Shivam Dube becomes even more important for you, because here is a situation where he might have to bowl, possibly cover for one, maybe two bowlers if necessary. So, the captain must be telling him that, look, you may be bowling your quota today.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, Shivam Dube would know that he'll get a couple of overs maximum. Today, he could be bowling his quota.
Yeah, I mean, you have the option. He did well against Bangladesh when India was bowling second in that time. He did well, but today you have, of course, with the Indian team, the fact that Sanju Samson is not there, home game. He got the big cheer when he came out. Everybody was excited to see their local boy. Will he get a chance to play? But he doesn't.
No, 1-0 up in the series. I thought they could have possibly made a change, but you understand why. You understand why they haven't. And
He's there for the frequent flyer mile.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, KL Rahul's record at the top of the order in T20 cricket for India is phenomenal. He's starting to fashion a record that should say, Shikhar Dhawan, I think you're on the sidelines here. It should. Averaging 50 over a career now.
Choice, right?
He should be the first choice, and you're never going to drop Rohit Sharma. He's world class.
Yeah.
So it's sort of almost saying now, whereas Sanju Samson and maybe Shikhar Dhawan are fighting for a spot.
Yeah, the only problem with Shikhar Dhawan is no matter what else happens, moment you come to a multilateral tournament like the ICC or the Asia Cup, his record is amazing. There's nobody close to him. He averages some 67, 68 in tournaments like that. So come the World Cup, you're going to turn around and say, here's a guy who over the last 8 years have always got himself up for the big occasion. So he's definitely going to be on the flight, but point taken, whether he play or not is it's a completely...
It's a tough one to break, right? The Dhawan-Rohit partnership is a tough one to break. It comes with its legacy issues.
Yeah, I think so. It's not impossible to break it, though.
Yeah.
If you've got a guy banging the door down...
Well, listen, there was a guy called Virender Sehwag who broke Ganguly and Tendulkar.
Correct.
Right? You never thought that would happen. But here comes Virender Sehwag and jams himself in.
Shikhar Dhawan does not average 50 in T20 cricket.
True.
No.
KL Rahul does. He strikes at 139, I think it is, and averages 50. Well, he bolts into any team in the world.
Yeah.
So why does Shikhar Dhawan keep him out when he averages, I think, 30 something? Yeah.
He had a rough year. Somewhere mentally you felt that in about the 12 months in the last 12 of the last 18, so leading up to the last few months, you felt like mentally his rhythm felt a little off when he was playing. KL Rahul, something was up.
I think one of the things was definitely in the ODI team, what is his position? Is he an opening batsman? Is he number 4? Is he the mysterious number 4 for India? And everyone who's sort of got tarred with that number 4 tag at any point in time has suffered this last year. Look at Ambati Raidu, look at everyone else, because they were all expected to do a role, none of whom were really true number 4s.
Yeah,
so you have a situation when nobody was, and finally when somebody got injured, who do you send out? You send out Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is a problem for India, foreplay. It's an issue. Whoever's played at 4
Oh, God.
But it's true, whoever's played at 4 has had an issue.
You're right. No, I think
That's why we're $1.5 billion, right?
I have nothing to say.
Let's get straight to business. Yeah, now and talk about Rishabh Pant since you brought him up. Right, since you brought Rishabh Pant
We are 1.3 billion people precisely because we don't believe in foreplay.
what I'm saying.
Rishabh Pant is more of 6 play, though.
Yeah, he's 6.
Yeah, he's 6.
Which is what he did last time.
Correct.
Which is what he did in the previous game. Think he gets a little bit of confidence with his captain at the other end, saying, come on.
Yeah, I think that the confidence that Virat has shown in Rishabh Pant, he's basically said, we're backing you. Young man, you are here to stay. You will win us games. And I look at what India's sort of middle order, maybe 5 and 6 will be at that T20 World Cup. It should be Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya at 5 and 6. Now, if you said to me, you boys are going to go out there and just play your natural game, you will win us 2 games each in 10. You'll win us 2 games each in 10. So that doesn't leave a lot for everyone else to have to do because they are that good and they have that sort of X factor. Kohli will do it as well. Rohit will probably do it too. But you want to give those guys the freedom. And that's the key. Give them the freedom, give them the keys to the team and say, look, you're here. We're backing you. Yeah. Go out there and get the job done for us.
They've done that. They've done that.
And also, look, just remember how young he is.
Yeah.
He's 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, Hardik is what, 24, 25. These guys have a whole career in front of them.
Correct.
And therefore, you've just got to, if you see that kind of talent, you've just got to give them the head.
That's the thing. There's so much talk about him, and rightfully so. He's a super talented kid, and you see the way he bats. In fact, I remember the opening game of last IPL when he just blew Mumbai away at Wankhede. You need a sort of big heart to do stuff like that, right? To destroy MI in the opening game at Wankhede. So he's got the talent. He's got the big stage sort of persona. Is the world a little harsh on him?
We're all a little harsh on him, I think, at times, and I probably was through the IPL at different times as well. As a commentator, you want to see talented young kids get the best out of themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't think he does always do that, but as long as he learns, and that's the key. The one thing for Rishabh Pant, I would always say, when you go to the nets, when you go for throwdowns, hit everything through the offside. You know what you can do leg side, but just make sure that every time you hit balls, just cover drive after cover drive, long off. Because when you hold your shape, you hit the ball well enough down the ground. You don't have to slog across the line.
Yeah.
You're strong enough and good enough to continue to play offside as well. Don't forget about that.
Do a Ross Taylor, basically, right?
Yeah, Ross went through it.
Ross was like, hey, leg side is...
leg side. But when Ross Taylor's at his best, he's hitting cover drives.
Exactly.
And that's the key.
And that's what you do. You surprise them. You show them something that they haven't seen from you. Will we get that from Rishabh Pant? We want to get that from you as well. How do we get that? By you making your team. Of course, make your team. Choose your players. Your my11circle.com. Go there, download the app. And then, of course, choose your players. You can choose 11 players. That's from both teams. You can choose them from India and West Indies. Mix and match. Then, of course, choose a captain who becomes your double point player and beat Dada and win 3 times more cash. Very important. So it's a tough one. Should we get some expert advice to just help you? Our My 11 Circle expert advice. Joy and Simon will tell you what expert advice would you like to give them today. I'm going to say captain because double points. So who should be their captain? Who's going to get them double point? Who's going to get the maximum number of points today?
I mean, look, I always...
Can't give Virat again, come on.
I always go not even with Virat, I go with opening batsman.
Opening batsman, okay.
Greatest opportunity. So I'd say Rohit Sharma, lot of time, and Rohit takes his time. Normally allows the bloke at the other end to take the risks early.
So then KL Rahul?
Yeah. I'd say Rohit Sharma first, and because he's coming off of, the law of averages will catch up at some point in time. But yeah, it could so easily be KL Rahul or any of the West Indians as well.
Okay, so one.
So I'd go Rohit, my close match. Between Rohit Sharma and Nicholas Puran,
only one.
Okay, choose one for me. Sharma Puran, choose one for me.
Puran.
Okay, Puran, fine.
Puran, okay.
For you?
I would look for the bounce back, man. Make Kesrick Williams your captain.
Oh.
Look for him to bounce back.
I like it.
Ooh.
Look for him
That's
to bounce
left field.
back.
Nice.
His slow balls will be effective tonight. Look for him to bounce back. Go on, just trust him. Show some faith.
Okay, so Williams, you've got Puran. I'm saying Rohit Sharma. Trust in Rohit.
You bloody blindsided me. You had to do this to me.
You tried to talk him into Puran so that you can...
Yeah, he tried.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
God.
We must talk about Chahal because Chahal is joint top for India. Does this guy sort of fly below the radar when it comes to praise being given to Indian bowlers? Especially in this format.
I think around the world, everybody looks at India and says, Chahal.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But
All overseas players.
Look,
but I don't think India quite look at him the same. It's not as fashionable, unless you are maybe Jasprit Bumrah, it's not as fashionable to be a great bowler in India as it is to be a great batsman.
Yeah.
You talk about Tendulkar, Dhoni, Kohli. Everybody talks about Sunny Gavaskar, the batsman. Very rarely do they talk about the great bowlers.
Yeah, true.
They don't get talked about in the same breath. But Chahal is unbelievably good.
I have a theory that Indians are not really fans of cricket. Indians are fans of batting.
Well, they're fans of stars.
They're fans of batting. Batsmen become stars more.
Starstruck than they have cricket knowledgeable. And that's without being rude. Like 25, 30 years ago, everybody in India knew cricket. They knew stats about cricket. They knew... But IPL matches now, it's as much about the funfair and the star factor as it is about the cricket. And it's brilliant. It is so well done and it's so good to watch. But it is a lot about the star factor
No,
as well, isn't it?
it definitely is.
You don't forget the merit in that, right? While the star system is great and it works in the movies
look,
as well, don't forget the merit. And a Chahal is a merit.
Yeah.
The other thing is you just sit down today and you write down, there aren't that many certainties for the Indian T20 team.
Yeah.
And you have to look at the bowlers and say, you'll write down Bumrah, of course, in any format of the game.
Yeah.
But after Bumrah, the next name you'd write down on that list who's a certainty for a T20 game that's just.
You remember that last one in Bangladesh, right? Where there were two were not referred and both were out actually.
Both were out.
Yeah.
And
then he got the double breakthrough in Rajkot. Then, of course, was expensive.
But remember one more thing. He is the one Indian spinner who's asked to bowl at any position.
He's got a really big heart.
So he's tossed the ball in the 5th over when they're going badly. He bowls the middle overs. He's bowled 17th over. He's bowled 19th over. How many leggies will you see who are given the responsibility in all three sides? So Virat, and maybe it was also because the RCB captain, so he trusts in him. He tosses him the ball as his go-to man whenever he's in trouble.
He's learning his trade, or has learned his trade, on the smallest postage stamp of a ground.
The toughest ground to bowl on for a
toughest
bowler.
ground to bowl at in the world, let alone if you're a spinner.
Yeah,
He's
true.
learned his trade at Chinnaswamy. I mean, please. You go like this and it goes over the boundary.
That is true.
I remember the look. I remember the look on Brendan McCullum's face. The first 6 that he hit in the IPL in that first ever innings was an edge, and it went over. And Brendan said, "This is nice."
Today's my day.
Sweet, yeah.
Sweet, I can take that.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I can tell you, before an auction, every batsman prays, "Please let me go to Bangalore."
Yeah.
Every bowler says, "Please, nothing, not Bangalore, please."
Yeah, the thing with Chahal also is, I remember he said this to me in Breakfast with Champions. He says, what can you do? You can, when I bowl in Chinnaswamy, you can hit what, 6 sixes? He says, what can you do? What's the worst you can do? He says, you can't kill me. You can hit 6 sixes, no?
Yeah.
He says, try. Try.
Correct.
You can't.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to get you. And I feel that thinking for a leg spinner is so important. That shows your big heart. He's not afraid of being hit for a 6, and that's what all captains tell you. They want that out of a leg spinner, is that he's not afraid to being hit for a 6.
He's a smart guy too.
Yeah.
He's a clever
Chess player.
guy. I mean, he's got he's got all the options. And the thing with me, he's able to control it. He controls that one that he fires in at the pads at the leg stump. He got Pollard the other day with one that was sort of fired through quickly. He also has great control of the one that loops. And he loops that one, but he bowls it really wide of off stump. He's so clever, and he'll play a massive part in, gosh, we keep talking about it,
we were in
2020.
in 2020.
Because of the bigger grounds.
Yeah,
Even in
Melbourne.
West Indies, he
Huge
didn't come
part.
with the T20 team. He was not with the T20 team when we were in West Indies. He came for the ODI.
He's one more wicket away, isn't he, from going past Ashwin?
That's right. He's
As
top
leader. And Ashwin's not going to
52.
play. Ashwin is not going to play T20 cricket for India again.
Yeah.
He's not.
Nice.
India, Kohli want fielders. They want genuine athletes, lightning in the field. They want brilliant.
Need him because the last match that did let India down.
Yeah, it did a little bit, but you need quality and you need quick lightning fielders, and that's what Kohli wants in his T20 side. So
What does-
I don't see Ashwin playing again.
What does West Indies need to do? Now look at what West Indies has done ever since they won the 2016 World Cup, right? They win that World Cup, and after that, things for them have just been so dismal. Look where they are. They're down there. They've got a 30% win rate.
Can I tell you, there's
Yes.
one other stat which you just see. Of the team that won the 2016 finals, okay, one guy is playing today.
Okay.
One guy is playing today, and that is also a guy who's just about made his way back, Lendl Simmons.
Lendl, that's it.
So the
right?
only two guys, Dinesh Ramdin and he are the only two guys who are left over. There's one generation of West Indian cricket that's gone out. And it was a big generation. You're talking about Gale, you're talking about Marlon Samuels, you're talking about big players. Bravo, who used to play regularly. Johnson Charles, who used to hit at the top. So that generation's gone out. These guys, I don't think they're any less talented than the previous West Indies. I think Hetmeyer, Puran, Shai Hope.
So I feel their batting has matured from the last trip that they made to India, which was about 14
They're
months
going to
ago.
get better.
Their batting has definitely matured. That time they just couldn't seem to read the spinner. From one game that we've seen so far, the batting has matured. Their bowling, though, seemed on the previous tour far better with O'Shane Thomas, with his high action.
What happened to O'Shane? Or maybe
He's
T20
playing.
is not his
I've
format.
just seen his name in the Qatar T10 League.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen his name in the Qatar T10 League, playing in a team over there. So he's obviously
We'll get
not
it checked
part of it.
with Abhideep, our cricket encyclopedia.
Yes.
Crikipedia. Can you just quickly
Crikipedia.
check and tell us? Yeah?
So he's obviously there. Kimar Roach no longer around. What's her name's injured?
Ashley Nurse is not there.
Ashley Nurse is not there. Who's the other young quick that's wasn't selected? His name escapes me. Played at Mumbai.
Right arm?
Got
Alzari.
Alzari Joseph. Alzari Joseph.
Yeah.
So he's not here. So there's guys in the wings, but I just think that they're searching. They're searching for this young, talented lot to sort of come through and show what they have got.
Also, every team, when every international team does what we call a rebuilding cycle.
Yeah.
When a sort of 4-5 stars go out at one time. India was fortunate somewhere because if you saw after 2011, somehow you managed to, because of the rise of Kohli, ascendancy of Kohli and Dhoni, they sort of managed to bridge it. So we didn't really drop as much as we would. But that's something that most sides go through. I mean, the only two sides who have managed to not drop that badly was Australia between 99 and 2008-9, and maybe India between 2011 and 18. But everyone, even the Aussies, had a pretty significant dip in the middle.
Talking about Shane Thomas, he is playing today. Not in the West Indies game. He's playing in Qatar today.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Oh,
today.
sure, I saw his name there, and I thought, well, why is he not part of this setup anymore?
Apparently, he's not.
So
Anyone who can bowl at 145, 150, as they say, you can't coach speed. I mean, nobody likes the ball coming at 150.
You've got to nurture kids like that, right? You've got to nurture because he showed promise.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, just get him fit, get him in the right space, bring him along to these sorts of bilateral series, and just let him ply his trade, let him learn. Again, on quick, bouncy pitches in Australia, he could be dangerous.
Yeah.
He's not going to be he'll be a handful.
Speaking of dangerous, did you see the footage of that game that got called off? I know we're
The Melbourne one.
Melbourne one.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, it was pretty spicy.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
It was a spicy pitch.
Yeah.
That's us plugging the new show that's coming up also on Cricbuzz. Spicy pitch. But it was a really spicy pitch.
Yeah, well, it was. It was guys getting hit left, right and centre, and it looked very, very poor. Because they got a bad rating the last test match that was there, and now they're struggling with a pitch that's going through the top.
Will they get it set for Boxing Day?
MCG is struggling a little bit at the
Will
moment.
they get it set for Boxing Day or will it actually be Boxing Day?
Hello!
Leave your bat and get your gloves out. We're coming at you.
That should be good.
Yeah, well, sure.
It'll be good to watch.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right. We have, of course, our beautiful My 11 Circle expert couch, which just didn't see the light of day 2 days ago. Today, we're going to get it out. Gentlemen, we have to pledge together. We have to pledge together.
Okay.
Put your hand in front.
Yep.
Yeah?
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, go. What's our guess? Come on. India batting first. What's India going to get? You got a 5-run give on either side. So let's just spread ourselves out.
5 run is just too short. 10.
25-run give on either side.
10 run, 10.
You take 125, 175, 225 was set. 100, 150, 10 runs.
Okay. I'm going to go 182.
You've taken my lucky number. That's right. That's good. I always take 182. But I'm happy you did. I'm going to take 191.
You're going higher? Okay, well, I'll go lower. I think setting dry ball might turn a little bit this pitch. I don't think it'll be as easy. 163.
1-6.
Played well.
One sec.
We have covered between...
We've got 150 to 200 covered.
Yeah.
Correct.
Come on. The couch
153 to 200 covered, yeah.
The couch has got to come out, man, today. It'd be ridiculous if it doesn't now.
I mean, yeah, the only reason I can think is if one of Virat or somebody goes berserk, or they decide to just spite it and said, Gaurav, what has Gaurav said? We'll get 140 and show him. They can do that. They know you.
Poor couch. What the poor couch do? It's done nothing at all. I hope it gets something to do today. And of course, we have the joy factor question. What question do you have today? Is it a bit like the Melbourne pitch?
Nah, it's a bit like the Melbourne pitch.
Tricky?
Yeah, it's spicy.
It's tricky, baby.
But not too tricky.
All right. Let it rip.
Okay. And the question is, 2 future senior English captains, that means captaining the senior team, played in the 2004 World Cup in Bangladesh, though neither of them captained England in the tournament. Name both. So, you have a squad.
This was the Under-19 World Cup.
Yeah. So,
Under-19s.
2004 Under-19 World Cup, 2 English captains, future English captains played. Neither of them captained England. In fact, I'll tell you who captained England.
Who captained?
Samit Patel captained England.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. The Under-19 team.
Yeah. And
So, does a horse do one of them?
I won't say anything more.
Okay.
Is one of them a rum?
I'm not going to say anything.
It's got to be. Come on. How many? There haven't been that many captains after that. One second.
Future English, yeah.
Future England captains.
Actually, they've had a few people. You know what the trick is? It's not Root and Morgan, for sure. He would not make it that simple.
No. I think I got one of them.
There's one of them will be there. The other one will be one of those tricksy babies who probably did one
So
game and
19,
disappeared.
what are we talking? 29, about 36, 37 years old. 35, 36, 37 years old currently.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, 15. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Would be about early 30s, yes.
No, 2004.
Yeah,
15
early
years old.
30s.
15 years ago. So, or
35,
34.
Early 30s.
35, 35. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 35, 36.
Under 19. So it's actually it can't be
34,
Morgan. Morgan
35.
didn't play for England under 19. He played Ireland under 19.
Tricky.
I don't know, man. I'm just pontificating, thinking out loud. Hashtag Cricbuzz Live on Twitter. The fact is, we can keep discussing. The right answer's probably been shot in already. There's enough cricketing nerds who wait for this question. I know you guys are there. I
Did
know the
Ian
answers
Bell
are
ever
coming.
captain England?
Sorry?
Did Ian Bell ever captain England?
No, but I can tell you some trivia about Ian Bell. He and I share a birthday.
Do you?
Again, useless information.
Okay.
It's not going to be of any use to you, but I'm telling you.
One more question.
There you go. And an umpire as well. Guess. Come on, it's an easy
Ian
one.
Koffel,
Which umpire could I share my birthday with?
Billy, there.
Billy Bowden.
Billy Bowden.
Billy Bowden.
That's right.
That's out.
That's right. Okay, it's time for us now to go.
You know,
Out.
Billy can straighten his finger. You know that.
Can he?
Yeah, he can do it. He can do that, but he did that the first time, and he never stopped afterwards. But
Wow.
he can actually straighten his finger.
I'd love to see that actually.
Yeah.
I really want to see it. Maybe I should get him on the show.
Very hard to get that up your nose, isn't it? Like if you want to, I don't know.
But they do. But there is a saying in Hindi, that's how the ghee comes out, right? That's how you get the ghee out. Little teddy.
Jesus.
Really got to get out of here.
Just remember, guys, this is a cricket show.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
till about 5 minutes ago.
Anyway.
Ain't no more. She's not even a show anymore because we got to go. So we'll see you at the end of the 10th over on Cricbuzz Combox. That's all we have time for. My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. Thank you for watching.